Hello and welcome back to this series on Microsoft Office applications. So in this video we will explore Excel. So let's see how to use Excel. So if you open the Excel you will get this kind of dashboard. Here you have to select a blank workbook or some other templates also available to get start quickly with any template. Suppose you have to make one invoice, you can choose this template. Also for inventory you can double click on this template and you can use it in your Excel. So let's get started with the blank workbook. And here you can see all we have boxes. So these in letters A, B, C, D are columns, and in numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 these are rows. So intersection of these column and this row is called as cell. So suppose if I am talking about this cell, so it is having address C3. So how this address is defined in Excel? So it will count the column row first C and then row number which is 3. So the address for this cell is C3. So in this way each and every cell in Excel is having some address. So you can identify each and every cell individually. After that here you can see sheets option is there. So there are multiple sheets in one Excel workbook. So this is whole called as workbook, and if you add more sheets, so these are like, suppose you have one book, in that book you have multiple pages. So in workbook you have more worksheets like sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. You can also rename this worksheet, like rename option is there. So after that here you can scroll down and up and right and left. So these are scroll bars and these are menus. You can say tabs. So this is home tab, insert tab, page layout and formulas tab. So in each tab you will find one ribbon. This horizontal is ribbon, and on that ribbon we have multiple groups. Group is the similar kind of options grouped together there. So in group clipboard same kind of option you will find. So for to format text, font group is there. Then to alignment text, right, left and other formattings we have alignment, then number. And in this way if you change the tab it will change the groups also, and in that group multiple options are there. So first get started with how to enter data in Excel sheet. So to enter data in this sheet I have to click on that. So see there are two way to click, one is single click and second is double click. So if I single click on this cell and if I enter roll number, now if I have to type data in this cell, again I have to single click on that cell and I can type name, then I can type marks, and here I can type percentage. So now if I have to modify this roll number name to number only or ID number, suppose I have to write here. So if I single click and type it will erase that name, but if you want to type in any cell you have to double click. So this will take you to inside that cell, or if you single click, so here you can directly erase that name and type any new name. But if you have to modify the previous name you have to double click first and then you can modify this name. After that if I have to add one more column number before or serial number before roll number, so right click here on that column and then go to insert option, insert. So it will add one more column there, so number. And if I have to add one more row below this, so let's see by entering data first. Suppose I have to enter roll numbers and numbers in serial 1, 2, 3, So I don't have to type each and every number. There is one option, autofill. So this is autofill handle. You just have to drag this handle to downside. Just if you go to this point, you will get one plus sign. So you have to drag that plus sign downwards. So 4, 5, 6. So and I can take as many as number I want. So I will take 100, up to 100 students. So it will write the number up to 100. So this you can do with date, numbers, any pattern. So here I have to write a roll number. So roll numbers are the same. Now how to copy that data into this sheet? You can drag that one to this side also, like this. Or suppose if you have to duplicate all this, so you can select all cell first, then press Ctrl C, and after that here on the first cell press Ctrl V. So this is one way. If you have to cut and paste, Ctrl X, do Ctrl X here, and on new place do Ctrl V. So it can take that data from that place to another place. Ctrl Z I will do, or if I have to clear this content now, if I have to erase all these numbers, so I will select all the numbers. Here in home tab I have clear option. So what you want to clear? Only clear you want to format, I mean color and all. If you want to clear all content, you can choose clear content. So I will click on clear contents. So it will clear that all content from those cells. So now here is the cell number. If suppose I have to if I enter, I'll delete this roll number column and I'll keep only number. Let me format this table first. Suppose I have this sales data table. So see here, if we have to adjust these properly, you can double click on two rows. See, this is a wrap text property. So if you remove this property, it will take all space in that cell. But here yes is outside the cell. Now if you have to adjust space automatically for all cell, you have to click all columns, and then on this intersection of two columns, I mean in between of two columns, just double click here. So it will adjust all the space between those columns. So if you have to add this heading, you can merge and center. You can use merge and center option. So it will merge all these cells and it will add that heading at center of your table. So I have to give border now. So I will select all the table, click on all borders. So now my table is ready. So again I will insert one more row downside of that cells. For that, it will always insert one row up. So right click here and insert. So now it's looking fine. So suppose I want sum here. So here I will type is equal to sum, then in bracket take some capital, sum in bracket starting cell, which is C4 through from C4 to C8. So type C8 and then hit enter. So I can take that sum here also. So this is first formula, sum formula, which we can use to do the sum of units sold. Now if I have to calculate average units sold, I will keep this sum formula here. So this is actually sum average. So we have to calculate average unit sold here. So to calculate average unit, we have average formula. So is equal to average, again in bracket C4 to C4 through C8 and enter. So I have the average unit sold 124. Okay, if I take per day average, so total in these days, in one day we can consider 124 units sold. So this is average. If I have multiple units and I want on which date minimum unit sold and in which date max unit sold, so for that we have min and max formula. Min, max. So if I have to find minimum unit sold on which day is equal to min and then C4 through C8, enter, or you can close the bracket, enter. So 50 is the minimum unit sold price on 8 number row, which is on 5th of January, right? So max, same, is equal to max in bracket. I can select all the cells and enter. So 200 unit sold on 3rd of January. So in this way I can apply formula to calculate minimum unit sold on which date, max unit sold on which date. Now let's understand how you can create formula in Excel. So I'll erase this data, select all, click on clear and then clear all. So it will clear all. So suppose I have this table, and as always, if you have to auto give value to all columns, just double click between two columns. So here student name, I want it in horizontal, so I'll add this. So if I create this as a table, then I have to give heading also, student data, student data. So if I want it in center, so you can format this as a center. So before that I have to do merge and center, and then I can add this name at center. So bold, and also I can give the color to it, and I can give background also for that cell. And then these are student data, student name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 and subject 4 and 5. So here I have to add percentage. I'll make it bold. So how you can, this is format painter option, you can paint format from any text to any column. So suppose I want to take format from these lines and I can print it here. So in this way I have this, again merge and center. So suppose I have to add percentage here. So let's see how we can use some function and create formula for percentage. So if I have to calculate percentage here, I have to calculate sum of all the subject divided by total number of subject and then multiplied by 100 for percentage. So what I will take? I will take sum. So I have to take sum of all these cells. So sum in brackets, I will take all these cell, sum of all these cells, and first I will start one bracket from here. So this is sum, and sum divided by the total number of subject, so that I will take in bracket. So sorry, maximum mark, so 100 is maximum mark for each subject, multiplied by, I have to count how many subjects are there. I know 5 we have, but in formula we have to use count function for that. So count, and in bracket again we have to count this and then close this count. After that we have to close the red bracket, and finally we have to close the remaining bracket. Before that we have to give multiplied by 100. then we will close our final bracket. So here I have percentage 86.8. But what I have to do, I have to calculate percentage for this also, for this also. So here concept comes about relative references and fixed references. So in relative reference, what will happen if I drag this formula downside? It will, in this case, it will take cell range B5 to F5. So this is B5 and F5. So our formula, it get changed according to the cells. So this is one relative reference. You can use that, drag and drop that formula in any column, any row. So it will take relative cells. Now the formula knows on the left side it has to calculate 5 subject, and it has to calculate how many subjects are there using count function, and it has to calculate sum also. So this is a relative reference. Suppose we have to give any fixed value. So for that we have to use dollar before that cell range. Suppose in place of this 100, I will give 100 here. 1. So let's close this formula and give 100 here. Suppose I am having 100 value here. So this is maximum mark 100. So this is cell number H2. So H2 I can use in place of 100. In place of 100 I can use dollar H2. Right, still it will give me the same value. So here I have used H2, but if I change this to max mark 200 suppose, then it will change that percentage value to 43. So this is one fixed value. Here suppose I have to, so this is not a relative reference, that is why it is taking that cell H2. So if I drag this formula, it will always take 200 values in it. So it will make it H3 and like this. But I have to give dollar here also. So now if I make rows and columns both fixed, then it will take fixed value of that cell. So it will take 200. If I make 100 max mark, it will take 100 in all subjects. So this is about fixed and relative references. Now one more thing, how to print this. If I delete this row, I can right click and delete it. So if I have to print this, I have to select all this and then Control P. So here I can select any printer to print it from. So if I have to print this, I can select all the data and I'll go to File and then Print. So here I can print it as a PDF and I can arrange it as page as landscape, and then one more option is there, normal margin. I can choose narrow margin, and no scaling, fit sheet on one page. So it will fit that sheet on one page. So in place of printing active sheet, I will print my selection only. So whatever the part I have selected, it will print that part here. Now if I have to zoom it, also can zoom it. So fit margins horizontally and vertically. If I have to print at center, I can print it. Again for zooming, adjust to, see that is 100% of normal size. So I have to give at least 200% to adjust this 200%. So it will make it big, and in this way you can print your data. So in next video, which is Excel advanced video, in that video we will see all these advanced options and how to use macros and programming in Excel. So thank you for watching this video. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel, and please watch the complete playlist of Microsoft Office applications. See you in the next video.